Hello everyone, my name is Andy, and welcome to my Minecraft Forever World. Hardcore. Or, I forgot how I said it. It's been, I think, a few weeks since the last episode, so already forgetting things. Our sugarcane is grown. Why is there just a fish there? A dead fish. A raw salmon, that's kind of concerning. Just a floating raw salmon. No wonder, that's weird. Unless that was their last episode and I didn't realize. Oh well. Alright, we need deep slate in order to actually build. Well, I mean, we can build, but me being me, I'd rather have deep slate. Because I like deep slate with spruce. And I think what I was planning last episode, episode 3, was I wanted to block off the mine shaft. That way it's like not a nuisance. And the sun's going down, that's great. And also, I was kind of thinking maybe once, I don't know exactly how it would work, but I'm not too sure if I want to keep the mine shaft, not mine shaft, the quarry. Even though I think it would be good to have a quarry in every empire. You know, sort of give it lore details of how they get the, or I guess lore, not lore details. Well, I guess it would be a detail. Because it's like how they get all their resources. So I think I will keep this one. It's not exactly where I would want it. Because I think I would have rather have it like, I don't know, somewhere around, somewhere in the empire. Maybe near, not exactly near the farmland, but maybe for like the tree farms or something like that. Maybe well, I guess we could also do it here. Even though this was gonna be sort of more like a fishing area. And also just like a area people can go by once I actually make this bridge bigger. Cause and I wish I had that one mod installed that like has a mini map that you can access and everything. I mean, I do keep forgetting to put in the seed for this world so I can actually see everything on a map scale, but fortunately I yet again forgot to do that. It's like I remember to do it, but then when I end the video I like forget. Or end the recording, I forget. But yeah, I still need to do that. So that way I can actually tell you guys what the site is. I mean, you guys probably already know. It's one of those one seed uh sites, world sites. But I should really find out what exactly it is called, because it would help a lot. And also for me to actually figure out how I want to where I want to, I guess, go forward, at least with the planning, because that is kind of holding us back. Not a whole lot. I mean, we still got to actually build this empire, but just so like um sort of planning for the future and all that would actually help out quite a lot. I do know it was kind of a difficult choice. Uh, since I wanted to, well, I'm not exactly good at building, but I mean, this world is for me to like, you know, supposedly get better building and also trying to survive first and foremost. But it would be this world is like the perfect excuse to work on my building skills and all the other skills. Of course, not PvP skills because this is a single player world. And not exactly a PvPer. Well, at least not anymore. I was once a beginner PvPer, but that's in the past. Way into the past. Surprised there's no more Minecraft music. Very quiet. Besides the blocks I break. That's like the only other noise. But so I was kind of thinking, even though, because there are the bigger trees, the large trees, spruce trees. I was debating, but to be fair, they're not, they're tall, but I don't know. I was kind of thinking, what if I had some sort of like what I was gonna do with the Jungle Empire is like, because with the Jungle Empire, they're going to be like up above. Well, the inhabitants will be up above. But I was like in the trees, but I was kind of wondering, and also for the Mushroom Empire as well. Not all the mushroom inhabitants, civilians will be in the up above in the mushroom. I was about to say trees, but I guess mushroom trees. They're not really trees, but yeah. But so I was kind of thinking for that for here as well, but I'm not too sure about that. Because, I mean, it makes sense for the Mushroom Empire and for the Jungle Empire, but like I said, I'm not too sure. Me. Wrong button. I mean, if we wanted, we can look at the statistics, but that's not what I meant to click. Maybe turn the blocks up a bit. Probably gonna regret that. Turn it up maybe a bit more. Don't want it to be too loud, but also don't want to be talking in the silence. Even though this is supposed to be like, well, it is going to be like a fantasy, medieval, I guess sci-fi as well. I haven't really thought of all like the I guess you would call it categories. I don't really know what you would call them. Not too sure though of what they would all be what the terminology is. And I would appreciate it if Minecraft would uh did a little music, but it ain't. It did in the beginning. But I want each empire. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna make each empire their own unique thing because that would be very hard to do. Mushroom. How did I? I'm not gonna question how. Oh, yeah. I don't know how I got that one mushroom. Oh well. Got some brown mushrooms now. Even though there were already brown mushrooms all around. Trying to think as well if there's any games that I've watched or played that sort of have like all three together. Well, I mean, Skyrim has both medieval and fantasy. But as far as I know, yeah, not too sure if I've watched anything, if it has all three. Like, advanced sci-fi that's also medieval and fantasy. If there's any like games, movies, or that sort. Well, I guess Avatar. Don't really know if it would. No, because they didn't have machinery. So actually, I guess Avatar would be all free. Except it's more focused more towards sci-fi than anything else. Well, not exactly. I don't know. What would you put? Would I don't know if it would count as medieval though. I mean, yeah, they use uh medieval. Well, not really medieval. They use bows and arrows, daggers, and the sort. Don't really know if it would count as medieval. I mean, I would think it would, but who knows? But I guess that would be the only thing I could think of that actually has all three. Except it really doesn't help. Trying to. I guess when trying to explain. Because, I mean, I want this world to. It's gonna mainly focus on, like, fantasy, at least with lore. Lore wise, more fantasy driven, but also semi being medieval. And the only medieval part that I want to try and clarify so people aren't going to be like confused is that the difference between the medieval parts of this world and the sci-fi parts of this world are the empires and the lore. So like trying to think as for an example. What would be a good example? The end, I guess, would be a good example. So like the End Empire, they are like extremely advanced. So like sci-fi. And so that would be an example. And let's say this, the Spruce Empire is more medieval. That's kind of like the examples I can think of. Not really good examples, and only like 2 examples. But hey, it is something. I'll try and think of a better explanation and examples for our future. Oh, and I guess for the medieval, better way to explain the medieval is more towards like the buildings and all that sort. So like in the plane or not planes, in the overworld, it's more not advanced. Well, it is advanced, but not like skyscrapers, floating cities, and all that sort. That's kind of what I'm trying to uh, explain the difference of. Even though we could just say that in the end it's like fantasy, so some type of magic. Which, I mean, the end is going to be, for lore reasons, or lore wise, a lot of magic driven. But will also be like technology advanced sci fi base as well. Same with the Nether. Both the End and Nether will be more advanced, I'm gonna say, while still having some medieval, at least with the buildings. It'll be medieval. But I mean, it'll make more sense in the future, though. It just really does not make any sense right now, though. Doesn't make sense now, but hopefully in the future it does. Well, if we live long enough, that is. Which hopefully we do. Could also say the Ocean Empire will be advanced as well. I mean, the whole world is, or yeah, the whole world's gonna be more fantasy, like I said, than medieval and sci-fi. But there will be sci-fi and medieval. I think the sci-fi parts are mainly just gonna be like with how everything functions. Like it's not just magic. That it's actually like technology and things being advanced. That's kind of how um, that will be. I mean, like I said, for like probably the 100th time throughout this few episodes, that it'll be make way more sense in the future than it does right now. But I do think so. What did I say before? So the Jungle Empire, the civilians will be living on top of the trees. Well, not exactly on top, but on the trees. Not exactly in the tree. Well, maybe in the trees. Maybe some of them can live in the trees. And then same with the Mushroom Empire. The only difference I think I want to kind of make, and this might most likely will change in the future. Um, the Mushroom Empire, I think it's gonna be giant mushrooms. And so that's where the people will live. I don't really know. I mean, I think it would be cool having some mushroom houses on the ground. But I think for the main part, for at least the Jungle Empire, they're all gonna be like, um, in the trees. Except for the, I guess, castle of the rulers, or royals, I should say. And also the higher ups. And I guess those who work in the palace castle. But because it's gonna be like the temple that you find in the jungles. Well, that you can find in the jungles. They're quite rare. But it's gonna be, that's gonna be I think how I'm gonna do the palace. Of course, I'm not too sure though. But that's gonna be where, like, the only difference is that everyone in the Mushroom uh, Empire either lives. Well, they all live inside mushrooms. But they can both live on the ground or in the mushrooms in the air or sky. And in the Jungle Empire, they're going to be mainly in the trees. Except for the higher ups, the royals and uh, whoever else. I think what I might do for this Spruce Empire, not too sure though. Because, I mean, we already have people living in trees and mushrooms in the other two empires. But I might make it like where it's like either watchtowers, guard towers, watchtowers. Or it might be for like special people, like certain people of certain ranks. We can have like them live in the trees. But I haven't fully decided on that though. Don't know if it would be too much, but who knows. We're just in the beginning now. That's a lot of spruce. Let's try. I guess going back into the mine shaft. Because I know we didn't explore it fully because there was started being chased by the cave spiders. But I mean, this place is massive. This underground. Or not, well, all mine shafts are underground. But I mean, it's just massive. I was tempted to keep the spawner, but I really don't think I want to. I have no idea why I didn't go this way. And I probably should have cleared my inventory a bit. Well, I guess let's just slowly, fill it up. And I know I don't need to fill it all up, but I mean, we're gonna have so much stone, might as well. I do know that trying to think. Because obviously the end is going to be magic driven, but well, more magic driven than it is going to be of sci-fi. And same as the Nether. Don't know if it's gonna be how advanced the Nether's gonna be. Well, I mean, it's something I'm gonna have to figure out with all the empires. But I do know that the end is going to be more advanced and also magic driven than majority of the empire and or empires and everything in the world. And it's most likely gonna be one of the ones that are more advanced than the others. Except for like the Dwarven Empire or like the underground empires. Because the underground empires will be advanced. Not necessarily sci-fi advanced. Well, I mean, they will all have their own level of magic and sci-fi, which in my terms is like, well, sci-fi, but also not like more towards advanced. Whether that be technology, the civilization, the whole bit. And of course now we have music. I mean, I'm glad we actually finally have music. Oof, it is dark. Luckily, I lit this place up. Well, maybe not fully, but it's quite a bit lit up. Except on that side. Still need to do that side. I mean, hey, good thing about clearing the mine shaft is that we're getting a lot of rails and string. And also torches. Well, once we start clearing it. Then we get the torches. But since who knows how long or big that mine shaft is, it's gonna take quite a while to clear and fill up. Oh yeah, and I just remembered one of the things that I forgot to do, which now I will actually do. Well, after this recording, or else future me will hate me, or will murder me, to be more exact. Is that I forgot to write down all of the empires that I plan on building. Since I'm pretty sure I was supposed to already do that, but I forgot. So, yay, I completely forgot to do something important. But this time I will make sure to actually do it though. But the reason I remembered was because I was thinking of what empires I can like make, well, what biomes I can make custom empires of. Since I do want, since this is gonna be like fantasy and all, I did want to sort of like incorporate, like, if you guys know the mod Origins, then it'll make a whole lot of sense. I don't know if I explained it in one of the other episodes or not, but sort of want to like include, well, not really include because this is pure vanilla, but for lore I want to include the origins, there being origins in this world. Well, races, I guess, would be the word. But I might switch between the two, but if you guys know the Origins mod, then yeah, it'll make a lot more sense as well. That's where the custom empires also semi comes in. Not entirely, because it would make more sense to also just have like empires in like biomes that you wouldn't necessarily, I guess, have an empire or kingdom in. Well, more like empire in. But I mean, it'll all make way more sense later on. But for lore reasons, there are origins. Though. I actually miss watching videos of people playing with the Origins mod. It's kind of sad that not a lot of people play those mods anymore. I know there's actually different types of Origins mods now. I actually tried playing one, but I mean, it was a complete disaster. It was actually quite a while ago. But to be fair, it was a very, very heavily based. I don't exactly remember, but it was just a whole bunch of mods in it. That's all I remember, and I know that it basically made it impossible depending on what origin you chose. It just made it very difficult. Actually, I think it made it difficult playing any of them. But to be fair, because of all the mods that were in it, it just, even if you had a very, very good PC, it would still be laggy. And I have a good PC. And it was just extremely laggy. Like, it was freezing every second in the whole bit. Well, not every second. Well, at a certain point, it started being like every second. But so far, I've only ever played one mod with the Origins mod in it. Which is actually a bit sad since I really loved the mod. But yeah. Haven't really tried any others. I don't know. Well, I know I tried a few, but that one specific mod was like the one that I actually like tried to actually play. And it just didn't work out. But I mean, hey, if my friends had, well, I only have 2 friends that actually have PCs. But one has terrible internet and the other doesn't have a good PC. Unfortunately, so. Well, not exactly a bad PC, but it's not like, it's hard to find mods that that aren't extremely laggy for them. Or like any game, basically. Well, not really any game. Which is why, despite me wanting to make videos with playing with my friends, that's why there's no videos of me with my friends. Even though me and my one friend were thinking of trying it out. Just gotta figure out the right mod to try it. Doing a series, or I don't know. I don't really remember what the whole thing was. I think it was like maybe we wanted to do like a zombie apocalypse one, but so far a lot of them are laggy, to say at the least. And of course, my other friend I've not tested playing mods yet with them. It's more like just playing other games like Repo. Haven't played Peak with them yet, but I mean all I guess the popular games I've played with them. With both. But one it's the lag and the other it's well I guess also the lag, which is kind of sad. Because it's either wanting to make videos or wanting to just like chill and play. But also, we all have our own schedules, so that's also another issue. But hopefully, in the future, at least I really pray, I can actually start making videos with at least one of them. Well, the one that uh don't know if you know what, I'll keep it a secret for now. But just know that there is a video hopefully eventually will come out that I actually play with one of my friends with. Or yeah, there's a video that eventually will come out of me and my friend playing a game. Not gonna say what game or anything like that. It's going to be, I guess, a surprise. But good thing is that compared to both of my friends that I can actually play, or both have PCs, it's the one that does not curse. Not that I'm trying to be kid friendly or anything like that. Or family friendly, I guess that's what it's called. But yeah, try to not keep it at a low minimal. So yeah, God, dying again. Not actually. Almost had a coughing fit though. Well, actually, I guess both of my friends do curse, but the one that has internet problems, he tends to curse quite a lot. Way more than I guess an average person curses, I guess. So, yeah. And also, I've tried recording videos in the past of him, but due to his internet uh, Wi-Fi, that it never actually happened. Who knows? Maybe one day there'll be a video out there. Probably not for a very long time, since I'd rather politely not have a video that's just filled with a bunch of curse words. Even though I would do my best to censor them, but yeah, kind of. I think at least for me, for my channel, it kind of makes it not fun. Kind of ruins the whole calm vibes, I guess. But who knows? The heck? Is that you? That's weird ass fudge. Weird noise. I was just talking about not cursing. Very rarely will I curse, swear. But trying to keep it not exactly family well, trying to keep it as close to family friendly as I can. To a certain extent. I just would prefer not having curse words and swear words the whole bit. I swear that dog made a weird noise, weird sound, and I don't like it. Because there's no other mob around. It's only the, well, not dog, they're a wolf. When you tame them, they're a dog. I swear it made a weird noise. But hopefully, I do hope that in the future I can make more videos with my friends. Regardless if it's one friend or a few. Well, probably with how things are right now, it's probably just either one or the other. Well, no, because then there's my other friend, but he doesn't have a PC yet. But he did want to, like, play and make other and if all of us. But yeah, hopefully in the future. Of course, I can't guarantee it'll be Minecraft videos, though. I mean, with my one friend, it most likely will be, but not too sure about the others, though. Good thing about cutting all these trees is that I'm expanding uh, the area since we need clear space when we start building. Gonna have to deal with that later on. But also, we won't have to worry about chopping down trees, hopefully. Since we'll have a whole bunch of spruce wood. I mean, we can always replant trees to give wood that way as well. Which we will most likely do. But hopefully in the next episode, except I'd rather actually have buildings ready. So maybe not. I was gonna say, next episode we could bring villagers over here, but I'd rather have buildings in place, or at least a small shack in place to put them somewhere. So probably won't do that. But I mean, next episode we'll definitely focus on the mine shaft. Continue clearing it and also filling it in. Because once we finish the mine shaft, we can actually continue working, digging down to continue our progress of being able to actually start building. Even though I do need to work on the terrain, though. But I think that will be it for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoy, and there are salmon in the water. Actually, isn't this episode 4? Yeah, I always forget which episode I'm on. But this is episode 4, so episode 5 we'll work on the um mine shaft, or at least continue working on it. And uh hopefully make huge progress on the mine shaft. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good day or night, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.